Looking back, I think, well, first of all, this is like one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life is coming here.
I think we were just resilient. You know, when they punch us in the mouth, we always found a way to answer.
I'm pretty sure the only people that view this as a rivalry is all of you. Like, for us, like, it's just a game of basketball. Like, that's what it is. And if it's going to help move the game forward, absolutely.
Caitlin's all about winning, like it's in her DNA.
Why do you care so much about winning?
I think, especially when I was younger, I really struggled with understanding losing. And my parents did not really appreciate that at all. Whenever I would lose, when I was in either softball, basketball, whatever it was, I would just cry. That was my immediate reaction because I couldn't comprehend why wasn't I winning. Like, all I wanted to do was win, no matter if it was a board game, a card game, really anything. Like, I just was gonna do whatever it took to win. I got in trouble in school all the time for wanting to win so bad. I got kicked out of PE class because I was so competitive. I had to have a meeting with my parents because I was cared so much about PE class. But I think it's been something that I've been able to balance.
Nobody ever said that you will get a perfect record.
Especially as my career's gone on. And I think that's super important playing on this stage is, you know, nobody ever said you're gonna have a perfect record. And a lot of the losses in my career have really fueled me to be who I am today.
For Caitlin, each loss only fuels her to come back stronger.
Whether it was getting upset my sophomore year in the round of 32 to Creighton, probably one of the worst losses in my entire basketball career, but I'm not sure if I don't have that loss, are we as good? I don't think so.
Caitlin learned the most valuable lesson for herself.
So I think being able to learn that and understand that as my career's gone on has been really important for myself.
How did you develop your range and confidence? You know, like the logo 3 is your thing. Why? How?
You want to nail those long shots? It's all about building up that strength.
Honestly, I think it's come with just developing strength more than anything. And also I think the way people guard me, it makes me more difficult to guard. Their defense has to stretch out more. And it wasn't something I always did early in my career here as a freshman.
Caitlin's got this cool way of shooting where it's all about her legs powering the shot, not her arms.
I did it a little bit, but I think sophomore year, as I had a year of strength and conditioning under my belt, you could really see my body was kind of starting to come into its own. My legs got a lot stronger, my arms got a lot stronger. And I think the biggest thing is a lot of my shooting form, a lot of it comes from my legs. I don't really shoot with my arms, and I think that's super important. My balance is really good. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is I grew up watching a lot of basketball. I loved Steph Curry. I was never I need to make really long 3-pointers. It was just kind of something that evolved in my game and something that I really embraced and the crowd embraced and fans embraced. So, you know, it's probably people's favorite part of my game, and it definitely, I think, helps my team. It just spaces the floor so much. It makes us that more difficult to guard.
Do you have a favorite shot you've ever hit?
Favorite shot I've ever hit? Oh, that's tough. I would probably say the Indiana shot. If I had to pick one shot, the Indiana buzzer beater last year.
Martin looking. Here's Clark. She fires and goes! She hit it!
Well, Michigan, the record-breaking shot here. I probably picked that. I don't know. There's been a lot of really good shots.
There's just too many, you can't choose them.
I know.
Caitlin explains why she chose to go to Iowa.
When you got to Iowa, why did you decide to come here?
Oh man, looking back, I think, well, first of all, this is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life is coming here. And I was really torn about where I was going to go, whether it was going to be Notre Dame or whether it was going to be here. And obviously Notre Dame's an amazing place, and Coach McGraw was, you know, an idol to me growing up, and it was how can I not want to go to Notre Dame? It's Notre Dame. But I felt in my heart I had to be here, something was really pulling me here. And obviously this is my home state, and I wanted to represent my state, and I wanted to do something that really hadn't been done for a really long time. Obviously we hadn't been to the Final Four since 1993, and Coach C. Vivian Stringer had really built this program to be a powerhouse. And obviously Coach Bluter has done really amazing things, been to the Elite Eight, been to Sweet 16s, but our goal was to get back to the Final Four, and that's what Coach Bluter always pitched to me, and I just loved that challenge. I really wanted a challenge, and something about it, I was I can't pass this up, and I think that's the main reason I came here.
Caitlin tells us about the most difficult decision she had to make.
What went into your decision to go to the WNBA?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a difficult decision just because you have two such amazing options. So it's how am I going to choose and be able to pick one when you want to be able to do both. And I think the biggest thing for myself is just, I'm kind of ready for something new, a new challenge, a new chapter. And I feel like I've really given my heart and soul to this place. And that's what's going to make it so hard to leave. But that is also what gives me so much confidence in myself of going to the next level is I've given this place everything and I'm leaving here with no regrets. And obviously there's still so much time left. Like I want to be a national champion and that's our goal. And I think that also played into it of, I want to just be free in March. I want to play, I want to have fun. I want to have the closure of knowing, this is going to be my last few times on the court with my teammate. I don't want to have to be up in question of like, is this our last time, is it not? It's just like, this is going to be it for me, and I'm very confident in that, and I'm happy with that decision, and I think it's going to allow me to soak it all in and really feel all the emotions, and even the same for my teammates, and they can get all the flowers that they deserve too, and allow my family to enjoy it as well. So, like I said, I'm just very excited and happy for the future, but also my main focus is taking this team as far as we can go, and I think this decision is also going to just help me do that too.
Yeah, here with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, I know you guys are used to playing in front of sellout crowds, but the Footprint Center is a very hard place to play. You guys got the win. What was the mindset going into this one to get a dub?
I think we were just resilient. When they punch us in the mouth, we always found a way to answer. I think people stepped up when their number was called and they were put into the game. And I thought we came out and started the second half well and really just found a way and dug deep and made plays when we needed to.
Kelsey Mitchell's impact on this game, it's massive. Like she's shifting gears with every move.
One of those people that stepped up when their name was called is Kelsey Mitchell. She was an absolute bucket for you guys. How huge was she in this win tonight?
Yeah, she was huge. She never shies away from the moment. She made some huge shots for us, but she's just poised, very poised. You can see it in her face, like she wants to be in those moments, so I'm super proud of her.
Obviously, a lot was made of this matchup between yourself and Diana Taurasi. I know she's one of your idols. How big is it for you to get a win here against her today?
I'm just happy we won. It was cool to play against her, and obviously a really great game, and like you said, this crowd was absolutely incredible.
Well, I was trying to get the crowd to be quiet because I think it was Aaliyah was shooting a free throw or somebody was shooting a free throw, and I was like, I appreciate it, but just trying to get them to be quiet. But obviously it's really cool. I mean, my teammates have been finishing the ball really, really at a high rate. Like my assist numbers, that's because of them. Like just finding them in positions to be successful, whether it's AB, whether it's Liz. Thought we've done a really good job of that. And but yeah, I guess it's cool.
Matt, go ahead. Yeah, Caitlin, to go off that, when you pulled down the 10th rebound, the crowd went crazy. Did you know then that you had the triple-double?
I did, yeah. Honestly, wasn't too aware, but I think everybody was a little confused as to why they were going so nuts over a rebound. I mean, they can do that every time, I guess, but it was a little different.
And Caitlin, what is this last 3-game stretch maybe have you learned about this group? The fact that you hung in there with Vegas, almost had that, and then got Phoenix before then. It feels like you guys are hitting a stride right now.
What makes her team different from others in the league?
Yeah, I feel like we're definitely playing good basketball. I feel like we're definitely finding some confidence in what we're being able to do out there on the court. We're playing together better. But I think the biggest difference for us has been when teams make runs, we don't crumble. I think what did the Liberty get up? Their biggest lead was 11 there in the third, and we just found a way to stay resilient and kind of close the gap, or that might have even been in the fourth quarter. We always believed we were in the game, and for us, I think that's where we've kind of been able to change our mindset and really just stay together and attack it together. And when we got down 6 with 3 minutes to play, that's nothing for us. That's 2 possessions, and that's exactly what it was. The next 2 possessions after that timeout. So. I mean, it definitely adds an added emotion when there's a lot of people cheering against.
There was no disappointment from Caitlin, didn't get to USA team.
Honestly, no disappointment. I think it just gives you something to work for. That's a dream. Hopefully one day I can be there, and I think it's just a little more motivation. You remember that, and hopefully in 4 years, when 4 years comes back around, I can be there. I'm going to be rooting them on to win gold. I was a kid that grew up watching the Olympics, so yeah, it'll be fun to watch them.
Caitlin knows that she will get a couple of hard shots in the game.
It is what it is. I feel like I'm just at the point where you accept it and don't retaliate. Just let them hit you. Be what it is. Don't let it get inside your head, and know it's coming. I think at this point, I know I'm going to take a couple hard shots a game, and that's what it is. It's just part of basketball. It is what it is. just trying to make a play on the ball and get the block. But yeah, I mean, it happens.
Caitlin Clark comments to Steph Curry and other NBA legends, giving her praises.
For a few years now, you've been getting a lot of love and praise on social media from basketball legends like Steph Curry and LeBron James. Sue Bird was at your game on Sunday. What does all of that mean for you at this stage in your career?
I think it still takes me back a little bit. I was just a little kid. It feels like a short while ago, and I idolized all of them, and I still do idolize them. So I think more than anything, it makes you just keep wanting to work hard. But yeah, I think having Sue Bird come to our shoot-around and see all the team react like that, and even, I was taken back and was like, oh my gosh, I mean, she's one of the greatest to ever pick up a basketball, and she's grown the game so much, and that's what I admire about her. Not only a tremendous basketball player, but an even better person. So, I think whenever somebody like that comments on your game or comes and watches, it's, a pretty special moment, not only for myself, but, our entire program.
Caitlin explains how exactly she deals with this kind of exposure and pressure at such a young age.
I know there's been over 17,000 fans that came and showed love. I just want to ask you, as a young rookie coming into the league, how do you maintain the pressure?
I mean, for me, I don't know, these last couple of years, I played in front of sold out crowds and these type of environments. So for me, it's not that different. Yeah, I'm putting on a different jersey, but these environments are something that I've become, I don't want to say used to because it's not something that you get used to, but you're accustomed to playing in.
For Caitlin, basketball is not about rivalry. Have a look.
Congratulations on the win. Caitlin, question for you. Obviously, looking ahead to the weekend, now you can go 5 straight wins, a hugely anticipated game against the Chicago Sky. All that's been said and done with that rivalry, I just wonder, you look at other sports, there's a lot of people that talk about how a big rivalry helps them find a new level, find an extra gear. Is that something that you feel is applying to you here, looking forward to Sunday's game?
I mean, I think we're just taking it one game at a time. And I think that's why we've been able to be successful in this stretch is because we haven't looked too far ahead. It's the game that's always just right in front of us. I'm pretty sure the only people that view this as a rivalry is all of you. For us, it's just a game of basketball. That's what it is. And if it's going to help move the game forward, absolutely. That's amazing. That's what it should be. People could talk about it. I mean, yeah, I think I saw the ticket prices. I guess the only thing is I'm surprised we're not playing at the United Center. I thought that would have been really good for the game and really good for all the women's basketball fans in Chicago. So maybe there's a conflict of some sort that I don't know about. Obviously, that's a little above my pay grade. But we're excited, one game at a time. You kind of got to wipe this and learn from it. And, we travel tonight and get there and practice, and it's a prep, and then you're playing the next day at 4 p.m. So, like I said, if that's what's going to help the game move forward, absolutely. And I think the 2 prior matchups have really lived up to what everybody expected and just really great basketball games, honestly.
There's a reason why Caitlin Clark wins games. Here's how.
Can you just talk about just how you've improved with that just in your short time in the WNBA and being able to find your bigs?
Yeah, I think it's been a focus for us as a group is, we want to be able to play inside out. We want to get our post touches. And the more we can do that, the better for Liz. And
you all talked about the big crowds wherever you go. But the fact that you have fans cheering for you all when you're on the road, does that help you all?
Absolutely. I think really a lot of these crowds that we're going into, there aren't many cheering against us, and that certainly helps. And for me, a lot of that was the same in college, other than the IU fans. They were pretty crazy. So, I mean, it definitely adds an added emotion when there's a lot of people cheering against you, but it's the same when there's a lot of people cheering for you. I think that's energy that you can just feed off of, whether, we're here in Atlanta and there's people, cheering, you can just feel it, or whether we're on our home court.
Kevin Durant is admiring Caitlin Clark on her performance. Have a look.
She's displaying some skill right now that's and she moving fast. It looks like she don't look like, it look like everybody on that court is way slower than her when she get into her stuff. I remember watching her when she was a summer going into her senior year. I was in Chicago for 3 days for the Girls AAU Nationals. Yeah. Her team from Iowa, they played together so smooth, but she was always leading that. She always had the ball in her hand. Everybody was playing off of her. She just commanded the whole game. I'm like, who the hell is this? She is nice. It was like, oh, she's the best player in the country. I was like, oh, damn. I see it now. Like, you know,
Right.
like when you walk in and you don't even know who anybody is and they just be like, yo, that's the best player in the country right there. It's just like, yo, that hits you out of nowhere. Like, let me really focus in on her. They showing some stuff out there, like, from a skill standpoint and creativity standpoint that is just like, it's hard to deny that.
It's a surreal moment for Caitlin Clark when NBA star talks about her.
Caitlin, what was your reaction when you saw that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's super cool. Katie's always been one of my favorite players growing up, and I think he's one of the best players to ever play the game. So to have him say something like that, and I remember that moment he was talking about super vividly, one of the best memories from AAU basketball. So no, that's super cool. And anytime an NBA star talks about me, it's honestly a surreal moment.
Caitlin, your game has been crazy all year, but this game against Michigan, first of all, it's the shrug for me afterwards. I love it. Like, yeah, I just did that again from the logo. Is there anywhere that you pull up on the court, time's ticking down, where it's too far, or we're going to shoot it from all over the place?
To be honest, I feel pretty comfortable really anywhere from beyond half. That's just kind of who I am, and those are the shots that I practice. It's not like I'm just chucking those shots up. Those are shots I really work on every single day. So yeah, when you start making a couple and start feeling it, I definitely have a little more confidence to pull it from a little deeper.
Caitlin Clark was not in Los Angeles to personally pick up her award, but she did give a video presentation.
Obviously, I could not be there tonight. I'm a little bit busy in Indianapolis, but this award means a lot not only to myself, but to my teammates and coaches that I had at the University of Iowa.
Sylvester's Comprehensive Cancer Center and the V Foundation
Although
have
Clark
committed
was
to
not there in person, host Serena Williams, the tennis great, had some nice things to say about it.
Caitlin Clark had an amazing year and is nominated for 3 awards. Caitlin, you are the Larry Bird in that you are an amazing player. You have ties to Indiana, and white people are really crazy about you.